Oh.
Lost Art with Andrew Cox. Stay motivated and change your socks. Hey!
The Lost Art with Andrew Cox podcast. Marine Corps League and Till Valhalla Project Ambassador. Now streaming on all major podcast platforms. Thanks for tuning in to the podcast that's given a voice to our veterans. The Lost Art with Andrew Cox. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the Lost Art Podcast, that podcast giving a voice to our veterans. I'm your host, Andrew Cox, and today we're having a fireside chat with the crew. But before we get into the episode, are you enjoying the podcast? Make sure you go to the website. That's thelostart.podbean.com. Go check us out. See what we're all about. There is a merchandise tab. You can go in there and get you a cool hat, maybe a shirt, maybe you want a little cool mug like this, something like that. But go in there. Get you something, help support us in getting our veteran voices out for all to hear. Also, a big shout out to the Till Valhalla Project. They're out there doing some amazing work. So if you don't know anything about them, go to their website. That's tillvalhallaproject.com.
Major Lee Stuckey. We've been blessed to bring in thousands and thousands of veterans and first responders and save hundreds from suicide. We don't want to be a handout, and we want to be a hand up with our four pillars, which are physical, financial, emotional, and for me, most importantly, spiritual, and give them a good, healthy foundation in a safe, sober environment for a 4-day event.
Are you a Marine veteran? Are you missing that bond you had on active duty? Then I have a place for you. Join the only congressionally chartered Marine Corps Veteran Service Organization, the Marine Corps League. Get that brother and sisterhood back in your life. Become one of the fewer, the prouder, a Marine Corps League member. All right, I'm back. I do have the crew here. We're going to go ahead, get them on here, and we'll go round robin. All right, I got them here. I got the crew. I got the wrong layout, but we're going to change it up a bit. All right, I got the crew here. Where did Mike go? Mike just jumped out, but it's okay. I'm going to pull him back in. All right, we have a new member with us today. This is Master Sergeant retired Ryan Rathbun. How you been doing, Ryan?
I've been doing excellent, brother. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. So how are things going up there in the Northwest?
Things are going as good as they can be, man. I got my mind right, and I'm doing what I can do. My family's good, and there's, you can only control what you can control, and you can only, keep what you can keep going in, your own sphere. So, my control of influence, I'm doing well.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, Sensei Nay, how are you doing down in the southeast down there?
Not bad. It's a beautiful night out here. Sunset has got some nice purples and yellows and oranges in it, so it's nice. Going into our last week of teaching, last week of instruction, and so excited. And then it's on to all the summer vacation stuff. So looking forward to that. Getting some work done in the garage. Let's see, we're going to Disney in June, and then leave for my 4,500-mile road trip in July. So
very nice.
But so last week of instruction. And then I got 6 graduations I have to go to. So it's gonna be
good luck with that.
So tonight,
what do you got there?
This is a Tatuaje Capa Especial. This is made by My Father Cigars. It is a Ecuadorian Sumatran wrapper with a Nicaraguan binder and filler. I've smoked several Tatuajes before. I haven't smoked this one on the show, though. I think I've smoked this one before, just not on the show. It's the website says that it is peppery profile with hints of leather and espresso. So I'll let you know. When I do a new cigar that I don't know how it's going to act, I always do a guillotine cut. Just do a flat cut, and that gives it the most chance to breathe. And then if it does well and I smoke another one, I'll probably go to a crown cut like I normally do. But this one is just a flat cut, and I'm pairing it with Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. I love it. All right, we'll jump down to Mike. He's not too far away from where Sensei is, but how you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good. I'm disappointed in Sensei there drinking Diet Coke. I mean, seriously?
Yeah, I know,
Well,
right?
technically, it's Coke Zero. I mean,
that's even worse.
It's even worse.
I mean, the wells run dry. You don't have anything to at least add to it. I mean, what?
I got to watch my
Really?
Athenian physique, you know.
Oh yeah, okay.
What do you
Just
like?
Just
Moment
like
on
me.
the lips is a lifetime on the hips, baby. As I drink my Red Hook
There you go.
IPA. Shout
Yeah.
No, I'm doing good, Andrew. Just got back from vacation not last week, yesterday.
Yeah.
I got the vacation in before Vic gets his here coming up. He's got a whole summer vacation. So
I know. He's going all over the place.
yeah.
But how did you enjoy your cruise?
It was good. Can't complain.
That's good.
Drank too much. That was.
Isn't that part of the cruise? Isn't that what you're supposed to do?
Well, I had limited it today. It was only one drink. I mean, I'm trying to detox myself a little bit. So.
I like it.
No, I can't complain. It was a good week. Best part of going on a cruise is the day you're walking up the ramp to get on the ship, and the worst day is when you're getting off of it. So it's like, man, now I got to go back to life. It's like, come on,
Preach.
Yeah.
And then you not only that, you texted and were like, and I got homework, and you were not happy. You weren't pleased with that.
No.
Yeah.
It is what it is, Andrew. I mean, you're always pushing people to do stuff. It's like, geez, come on.
And you're
good.
welcome.
Yeah,
and you're welcome.
It's good homework. I appreciate it. So.
There you go.
I didn't get to say, hey, Ryan.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
You're out there in Whatcom County, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go. You know, Bellingham. Well, I don't know if you live in Bellingham or not, but yeah.
Just north of it, Linden, man. Just south of French. Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know my son's girlfriend, Andasia. That's how.
Yes. Okay.
Washington.
That's the connection. I thought
they're able to link you up with
Andrew was the connection. Yeah, she's the reason I'm here. She's the reason I reached out.
That's right.
Yeah, she texted me and kind of gave a little bit of your story, and I reached out to Andrew and he sent me the thing, and I think she sent it to you, and then she said, well, he said it didn't work. Nobody responded. I was like, calm down. It's okay. Let me reach out to Andrew again real quick.
That makes way more sense. I thought it was Andrew and not you. And I mean,
yeah.
So
it's all mine.
She thought you would be a great candidate, knowing, she lived with us for a period of time when I was doing a podcast before she went back out to Washington State, and then she knew about the podcast, and then she reached out to my wife and I and said something, and I was like, yeah, let me reach out. And as soon as I told Andrew, he was like, well, heck yeah, I got to get him on. Here's everything. Yeah. And a little bit of time went by, and she's like, well, he said he hadn't heard anything. He called a number, he did something, and, but it doesn't matter. You're on there now, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
His story aired on Friday, actually.
Cool. I'll have to go and listen to it. I hadn't changed it.
It's a good story if you guys haven't heard it. So I'm a little biased, but I got to hear it first. So
punch up those numbers. Let's go.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, Mark, how you doing out there in California?
Oh, well, once again, except for the politics, the prices, the political party that's in charge of the state government. It's America's finest city here in San Diego. California's a great state, despite its elected officials. But little by little, I think we're changing that. It's getting better and better. And the more investigations that start coming down, we've got some great assemblymen especially one out of San Diego here that is just like a honey badger on, biting onto Gavin Newsom, and he's gonna score a kill here. I think politically, not anything else. But I don't want to be like James Comey threatening anybody.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But
James Comey did.
yeah. So no, it's great. It's great here. Like I said, we had last weekend it was like 95 degrees. This weekend's about 70. A little spit and rain and stuff like that. But it's just beautiful down here. Like I said, despite the politics and prices.
All is good, huh? Now, have you already eaten your steak, or are you going to
Not
eat your
yet.
steak?
Not
Okay.
yet. I ate
All right.
I ate some earlier, so I'm kind of still full. I might go munch on a little leftovers, but
Okay.
all
right.
yeah.
I like it.
Already had the great ribeye
Yeah. Oh man, that's the
Yeah, I
best
don't think
one.
Ryan
butter.
knows what you're talking
And
about.
butter.
You know, Mark's only on an all meat diet. That's all. Every time.
Oh,
we're
your
on here.
carne. Yeah, my best
Doing
friend
that
is.
carne. I love it. I love it.
Carnivore is not bad.
Steak and butter and salt.
Yep. The St. Rogies diet.
And
You and Joe.
and whiskey and martinis.
Well, there you go. Now it's not keto, but that's okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, thanks for coming in and joining me tonight, I should say. But I guess we'll jump into veteran news with Mark.
All right, veteran news tonight. So there's I found this organization. It's called the National Veterans Foundation. They claim to be the oldest peer-to-peer veterans assistance in the country. They say they formed in 1979, I think. But what the National Veterans Foundation mission is to serve all crisis management, information, and referral needs of U.S. veterans and their families. Okay, so they have vet-to-vet assistance. So somebody calls in their number, gets a hold of them, puts in a request, and they have a veteran-to-veteran, whether they need help with referrals to suicide counseling, PTSD counseling, TBIs, anything like that. Financial resources. They also have this great job referral program where they not only have they post jobs, they have counselors there to assist with the job leads, resume assistance, interview assistance, things like that. They're a great base model from what I can tell. They're nationwide. Before Sensei jumps in and asks, it can be nationwide. It is a nationwide organization, and the website is novembervictorfox.org. So I think they're once again they're another great tool in the toolbox of all of our veterans and their families out there. So I recommend that you call them up, get registered with them, and see what assistance they can provide you.
Very nice. And what was that website again?
See if you can donate or volunteer as a veteran to be a peer-to-peer assistance with somebody. The website is novembervictorfox.org, nvf.org, National Veterans Foundation.
nvf.org.
Correct.
All right. That's awesome, man. It sounds like it's a good organization. Where is it based out of? Do you know that?
Sorry,
I asked you a tough question.
Wow, I guess I should have known that already.
No, it's all good.
Their website says their mailing address is Los Angeles.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
On the contact, yep, that's it.
So you say hi. This is Dan Baker here. What's up, you crazy crayon munching devil dogs? Hey, Dan, just so you know, we do have a new member here, and he just happens to be Air Force. So we're not just crayon munchers today. Just 4 out of 5. So yeah, there's that. And good evening to who is that? Jay Skelton. Yeah, how you
Round
doing?
3.
All right, sorry to interrupt there. Oh, you sent me a private chat. I like that. Very cool. What, you got anything else for us?
That is it for veteran news at this time.
All right, very well. I guess we can go ahead. We'll move on to military news with Vic.
Well, back
Hey.
at it, military news. One of the headlines I found that I thought was interesting was DOD uses voluntary reductions as path to civilian workforce goals.
Okay.
Let's see. Hegseth said, I plan to deliver on my commitment to urgently rebuild our military, revive the war ethos, and deliver maximum deterrence. So we must aggressively refocus our available resources towards that core mission. And then goes on to say other things. Then the article says, with 900,000 plus civilian employees across the department, the initiative requires not just moving civilian employees around from one agency to another to maximize the workforce, but also in some cases reduce that workforce. Let's see. Tom Dill is the Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel Readiness, and he's kind of the one heading all this up. He says the majority of civilian workforce optimization initiatives, that's a mouthful for Marines, have been voluntary. Yeah, all these initiatives have been voluntary measures. We're asking, are there people who would like to take paid leave and move on to something else, whether it's a new job or retirement? You may remember that the Office of Personnel Management basically encouraged everybody working for the federal government to take paid leave through the end of September.
Right.
And this is kind of like complementing that, but for the DOD.
Mm.
So they're calling it, what are they calling it? The Defense Resignation Program 2.0. And it is currently underway. But apparently
I like it.
people, if
2.0.
you are in the Department of Defense and you want to take advantage of these initiatives, you're basically getting almost a full year of administrative leave, paid administrative leave. Which
Whoa.
gives you, yeah.
I don't know what just happened.
Yeah.
The good
Well,
news
yeah,
blanked you out. Oh, wow.
Yeah. I do on Spotlight anyways. Okay. Ninjas are silent and hidden anyway. So
I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. We'll try it again. I think
okay.
somebody jumped out there. Where are you?
I
There
see
you
Mark's
are.
gone, so yeah, they
Hey.
finally caught him. So everything
Yeah, they
changed.
caught Mark. He's yelling to try to get back in. I'll let him in.
Hey,
Mark,
let me back in.
Mark finally made it back.
There's the man.
See,
Here's a story of a man named Mark. He keeps getting kicked out of the what? Okay, anyways. So
yeah, the squeaky wheel gets kicked off the internet.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's a lot of data to review for the mission analysis that goes into each of the every military department and components to look where concentrations of voluntary employees are. Basically, they're having a great time and everything. The program is working, and they're happy with everybody that is volunteering to leave because they've also put a
Nice.
hiring freeze on. So, on to the next thing. This is kind of blurs the line, but it was in military times. But it's kind of we'll see. VA staff are completing more claims than ever, but still falling behind.
Really?
Yeah. So there's been in fiscal year 2023, Department Benefits officials completed nearly 2 million veteran and survivor claims in 1 year. 2 million claims.
Wow.
The most in agency history, and is up almost 16% from the previous year. Let's see. During the press call on Wednesday, VA Undersecretary for Benefit Joshua Jacobs said through Through the first 3 months of fiscal year 2024, his staffers are already 43% ahead of last year's pace.
Good night.
Yeah. So, so they're churning and burning. Jacob said prior to October 1st, VA benefit employees have processed more than 9,000 claims in a day, only 3 times. Since that date, since October 1st, they have surpassed that mark 37 times. Let's see. Much of the new success has to do with hiring. Jacob said the VA claims workforce is roughly 20% larger. Lost hearing. Can you guys hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
No, you're good.
Let's see. It's roughly 20% larger than it was in fall of 2022 at about 32,000 employees. Officials have set a hiring goal of 4,000 more, or a 12.5% increase for the current fiscal year. So maybe that dispels some of the rumor out there that the VA is cutting. It seems like they might be cutting some jobs so that they can hire more claims people. I don't know.
Interesting.
Let's see, despite those successes, the total number of backlogs, first-time benefit claims in the system, the cases have taken more than 4 months to complete. Earlier this month, topped 400,000, the highest that figure has been since June of 2014. The total had been down to around 70,000 cases for several years around COVID-19 pandemic. So still a long way to go to catch up with the backlog, but man, it looks like they're doing all the right things. Streamlining
That's
the
good to hear.
process, and hiring people and putting them in those positions. So that's awesome.
Now, the VA is able to hire, correct? It's just not the DoD.
Correct.
Yeah.
Except for essential personnel. They can
Gotcha.
hire civilians if the job that they're trying to hire is considered essential personnel.
Right.
So, but yeah. So that's about all the interesting stuff in. I think I saw another article about the Navy has kind of changed their development and planning for shipbuilding. They put it all into one command, so maybe we can get ship built faster. I don't know. But that was about all the interesting stuff. I yield the rest
That
of my
would
time.
actually make sense if you put all that under one, right?
Yep.
Maybe I'm
Under a
crazy,
Navy
but
captain now.
yeah, maybe the ships will get built, huh?
USS Trump 2050. Calling it.
Oh man.
Hey, you need to
All
be
right,
careful
wait.
saying that stuff, Ryan, especially out there where you're at. You need to be
Come
careful.
at me, bro. Come at me.
Sensei, you got anything else for us? How's that cigar going so far?
You know, the cigar is actually going really well. It's not as peppery as the website would suggest. If I would call it peppery, I would say maybe like a white pepper. Definitely
Yeah.
not like a spicy pepper, but it's I can definitely taste the hints of leather. Espresso, maybe not so much. Might be getting covered up by my Coke. But I like it. So far, so good.
All right. We're doing pretty good. All right, I guess we'll move on to physical and mental health with Ryan.
No.
Oop.
Hello, everyone. Since I'm new, I'm Ryan Rathbun, former retired Air Force medic and medically retired SWAT medic. So this is kind of the, I guess, medical minute, whatever we want to call it, weigh in. So what I'm gonna propose today is something to look at for veterans, and it's should maybe guide your focus as you look toward your mindset, right? So Andrew signs off, stay motivated and change your socks. Well, motivation is a mindset, right? And
Yeah.
mindset, if you want to make it soft, is mindfulness. And that's what the college hippies are referring to what you devil dogs know as motivation. And so to put it in that context, mindfulness is good. Okay. the enemy of mindfulness is rumination. All right. And I'm not talking about a cow chewing its cud, which, God love it. We're going to eat it later. But it is, it's the enemy of that. Like, it defeats it. And so, reading a quick little blurby blurb here from a study I pulled from the University of Exeter is mindfulness is most typically defined as paying attention in a particular way on a purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally.
Ooh.
So to apply that operationally, all right, there's 3 components to it. There's an attention control, an intention of attentional control. You intend to do that. So that's decentering your negative thinking, and then attitudes that are being trained. So you're either training your approach, your orientation, your judgment. You're calibrating that, basically internal compass.
Yeah.
It's kind of like internal land nav, man. And so, as I talk about it and kind of present this, taking time to however you approach it, right? Whether it's through therapy, prayer, meditation, hypnosis, anything you want. It's essentially one of the most important things you can do is intentionally approach the way you're thinking and take that and get out of those negative thoughts, get out of those things that are trapping you. And that can be things from, as bad as the politics are in California, Washington, whatever Fox News is telling you, whatever CNN is telling you about us, whatever you've dealt with and been through in your deployment or your personal life, your civilian life, there's always an approach you can take that is mindful and out of that trauma and doesn't involve ruminating on it, which is being negative and focusing and dwelling in that. And so, there's a lot of cognitive-based therapies that's based in mindfulness. And cognitive-based therapy is just talk therapy. That's just talking to a shrink, talking to a pastor, talking to somebody who's either licensed or willing to talk to you and help you. And generally speaking, that's kind of based in that model. Like, let's be mindful. Let's have a good mindset. Let's not ruminate. And that's where you get progression. And so when I kind of dug in, my homework was trying to find an agency that spoke to that. I found that every state generally has a Veterans Affairs division. They might not call it that. In the state of Washington, it's DVA counseling program at dva.wa.gov.
Okay.
Put anything into the Google machine, you're going to find your state's Department of Veterans Affairs division that's not federal, right? And then I also found the Headstrong Project. That is a counseling project at headstrongproject.org. And it is, kind of based on my research, mostly, founded in this mindfulness-based cognitive therapy and stress reduction.
Right.
And due to, people donating, volunteering, funding, they offer qualified veterans and qualified family members and caregivers up to 30 free sessions before they start billing you and working with you through insurance or the VA or whatever you have.
Yeah.
But, and they will work with you according to their website and everything I've dug in to not just give you a 30-day free splash, but to get you to where you need to be. And so seems like a legitimate organization, and just kind of shouting them out along with whatever state organization you can find that can get you out of ruminating and, get you into being motivated and get you into being mindful. And I think that's my 2 cents.
Awesome. Man, well, hey, I gotta say, welcome aboard first and foremost there. But for your first thing going through, man, you did a fantastic job. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's like you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my ball and go home now. It's like,
Well, we always have to have our marvelous Mary news with Mike McNanny. Where? Oh, there you are. Look at that.
hey
I'm high
Ryan, did you
speed.
see that hat? Did you watch it? It said Western Washington Hockey on it.
Oh,
No, the hat I had on in the picture, it said Western Washington Hockey.
I
yeah,
didn't see
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's where my son went to college and played hockey out there. So he's still out there.
Nice.
But all righty. Well, I usually my news, as Andrew and everybody knows, is if I can find a good news story that's veteran or military oriented, I do. I'll try to do it, but a lot of times it's just in the world today. There's so much negativity, just negative news. And Andrew assigned me this quite a while back because unfortunately I have a tendency to be, negative Nancy on a lot of things. And he goes, "Well, we need more positive out of Mike. So from now on, you're gonna do the positive news." And I was like, okay. So
No, that is
You were
not what you
Pollyanna one
said.
actual. I love it.
The words were not exactly that. I will
no,
tell
that's
you.
exactly how you can't tell me how to. That's how I heard it. You can't tell me that's how I felt at the time.
That's his truth.
Yes, that's how
Yeah.
I felt.
Okay. Yeah.
You can't change how I felt, Andrew.
That's a good point. Good point. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is what I wanted to do a couple of weeks ago, but it's probably about a month ago now, but I didn't get a chance to. But it's a story about a 49-year-old woman becomes the first blind woman to swing the English Channel.
Whoa.
It's captioned "Nothing is impossible," and I think
Dang.
it's a good story for all of us as veterans. Some have experienced more while we were in, some have experienced more while we were out.
Mm-hmm.
And, we all, myself, and I will not exclude myself from this any way, shape, or form, we had this tendency to get into this woe is me mindset. And when I read this article, I thought it was kind of a good one. But a Paralympic gold medalist has become the first blind woman to swim across the English Channel, and she finished under the standard estimated time. She said being blind has left her feeling isolated, but many thanks to swimming, she has found a newfound confidence and hopes her feat inspires others. 49-year-old, stop and think about that. Melanie Barrett took on a challenge after falling in love with open water swimming. She swam the channel from Shakespeare Beach in Dover, I'm assuming this is all in England or United Kingdom, to Cap Gris-Nez Beach in France in 12 hours and 20 minutes.
What?
Faster
It took
than
her
he
12
expected.
hours and 20 minutes?
She swam it in 12 hours and 20 minutes, which is
Wow.
faster than the expected 14 hours that most
Dang.
swimmers swim it in. My life has been filled with challenges because of my blindness, and it often led me to feel isolated and unsure of myself. Melanie, now a special needs assistant, after winning 2 gold medals, 2 silvers, and a bronze at the 1996 Atlanta and the 2000 Sydney Paralympics, said she never thought that she would ever be able to achieve something like this. It's no mean feat even for Olympian, as the channel weather regularly takes the lives of sailors and refugees that are trying to cross that area. Melanie was born with scarred eyes after her mom contracted congenital toxoplasmosis during her pregnancy. She grew up virtually blind and was only able to make out bright colors and shapes. She first began swimming with the British Blind Sport Charity. She said, I love the water. The charity helped me by teaching me to swim straight and how not to bump my head into the pool ends when I got to the end of the pool. She said, I struggled to fit into school because of my blindness, so I often turned to the pool as an escape. Slowly improving, a swimming partner invited her to the Paralympic Games, which lit a fire under her and pushed her to succeed. She said she retired from competitive swimming, but still knew she wanted and needed to do something more. She said it wasn't until, sadly, my guide dog doesn't swim, she said, according to the news, but I became friends with an incredible open water swimmer who took her time and she put me under her wing. She shook
Nice.
up the shock of the cold water made me very aware of every single of my body, and it was freezing. She said, but after that, I became hooked on open water swimming. She said, I competed in several races, including a 10K lake swim and a relay lake race in Geneva.
Wow.
She said, although it was frightening, it was extremely freeing since there was no indicative surface or objects for her to use as a reference point. A solution presented itself as her husband paddling alongside her in a kayak, the bright colored paint of which she could just barely see. So that means her husband was apparently doing it with her also.
Yeah.
But she said what made the difference is she started using bone conductive headphones, which allowed him to communicate with me throughout my swims. It made open water swimming more accessible. 2 years before Geneva's feat, Melanie signed up for the English Channel swim, describing it as the Everest of swimming. And on August 28, 2024, she swam the channel in 12 hours and 20 minutes, receiving a Guinness World Record for the feat 2 months later. She said, halfway through the swim, I felt scared and sick. I didn't think I was going to make it, she said, but I had the most amazing team and I was really determined because of their motivation and their drive to push me because they knew I wanted to do this. She said, life is extremely difficult being blind, and I know I'm not the only one that faces challenges. But being blind makes it very limiting, but sport and open water swimming have given me a newfound confidence and made me proud of who I am. My husband and two boys always know I love to push myself, and I always need something to work towards. And I hope I've inspired others in doing this to do the exact same.
Wow. You know, that is an incredible thing for veterans to hear, and especially how, you know, you need a community to help you through things, and that's exactly what she was saying. She had a community to help her through it, but we need that as veterans. You know, we have to have somebody to rely on. I get to, you know, bitch, moan, and complain to you guys, so that's a good thing. Well, it is for me. I don't know about you guys, but works out well for me.
No, I thought it was a good story that it fit into what we talk about. You know, it's amazing that, like I said, a lot of, you know, we as veterans, we get into this. Well, you know, we think we're bigger and tougher and better, and then we get stubborn and we don't ask for help, or we're not willing to do this, and then we get into this. I mean, I'll say it myself, and it just woe is me. You know, look at me, I can't do this, or you know, I used to be able to do that. And then you have somebody like that, or somebody that's paralyzed, or, you know, and they turn around and do things that's like I couldn't even think of doing. You know, so it pushes out to, you know, life doesn't end, and it's up to us to, like you said, Andrew, to push each other and to stop giving in to certain things and say, hey, you know, I can do this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Man, that's a good story, though. I like that. I got to be honest. I would be freaking out not having my vision swimming the channel, because the only thing I could think about is there's a shark somewhere out there. And that son of a gun is coming for me, you know?
Well, it wouldn't even be the shark. My luck, if I could actually swim like that. If I'm supposed to be going this way, I'd be going that way. You know,
you guys are Marines. What are you talking about?
No, we're specialists in land nav. Land navigation. Water
land
navigation.
navigation.
No, Andrew was the swim quality. He was the swim guy, not me.
Still, if I close my eyes, there's no way I'm swimming in a straight line.
You know, guys,
but
I got to tell you, this one hits hard because I'm blind in my left eye due to an injury sustained in the line of duty. Basically blind. I mean, might as well be. And I got to say, the amount of ass pain and spatial disorientation and just weird things that even just having, you know, one eye worthless and another eye better than 20/20 it sucks. It's lame, right? And I'm coming out and I'm kind of, you know, wenching about it to you guys. But to put it in context for this gal that's done this is like essentially completely blind, right? Like 90% in both eyes. Man, it's like, yeah, like what you just said, Mike. What am I whining about, man?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
I can't get a CDL. I can't be a cop anymore. But like, the F is my problem. I can do whatever I want, and and so can she. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's amazing story, man, and it hit hard for me. So I mean, good choice. It's awesome.
Yeah.
You tell people about it.
Yeah. That was good, Mike. Thanks. Appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I have some kind of good news. But,
You have good news every time you come on because that's
He
your
has
job.
to. It's his assignment.
And I say this completely as a joke, but as I'm getting on, like, it's a joke, and my wife can hear me in the bedroom. I'm going to say this, and she's going to say something. I was like, well, have fun giving your positive news negative. And I was like, okay, thanks.
Damn.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, 100%.
I'm surprised she hadn't yelled something out. You fucking idiot. Shut the fuck. I did not say that. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. Now you got to rate this as, I'm sorry.
It's all good. I'm not worried about it.
Uh-oh, she just yelled. What the hell did you just say?
Nothing. We didn't
It's
say
a
anything.
self-fulfilling prophecy, man. Yeah, you gotta get it.
I love it. Well, gents, you guys got anything else you guys want to discuss this week?
What's the? I haven't really looked at a whole lot of news.
Yeah,
I saw it. It was on my phone. What's up with the ship from Mexico that crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge?
I don't know. That was weird.
I mean, it was one of the masts broke off, but I don't understand how it. I mean, what logistically was something not communicated there that the mast
They had to have lost control.
I mean, I haven't overly read on it. It just popped up on my phone, and I haven't paid attention to my phone. So, does anybody have heard anything about that or?
No, I haven't.
I had no clue.
I was watching it. Did you see the video of it going into it?
I saw briefly, yeah, but I didn't see what I hadn't.
There was like a tugboat type of deal down next to it. I don't know if it was like trying to speed up to cut it off or whatever in the clip that I saw. But yeah, it crashed through, and then there are people like on the dock. There's videos of them, and it's like coming at them, and they're like, there's a bunch of people turning and running because it's
the
coming
video
right
I
at
saw
them.
showed that, and it showed another like a shot from somebody else from a different point, and it hit, and one of the wood masts broke off and fell on. After the ship, and there was people standing down there. So I'm assuming people jumped in the water. That's what they said. There's people missing, and
oh wow.
So I don't know details other than that. I was just curious if any of you guys had seen. I didn't know if it was like a diplomatic thing. It was like no terrorists for Mexico. Crash. Oh shit. Sorry, we hit your bridge. Didn't mean to.
Yeah, how'd that work in the 1800s, man?
Yeah, it's like
he was like, my bad.
Yeah.
As they're coming in there, it's like, remember the Alamo,
right? And then this whole broadside. Like, come on, man! Like, what are we talking
it's
about?
like, remember the Alamo.
Oh man, that's too funny. I love it.
I'm just curious. I mean, I'm not trying to make fun of it because people died, but it's like,
that's not good.
I hadn't read enough of it to really understand what was going on. I was like, huh?
I didn't realize people had died.
Because I thought it said originally a Mexican Navy ship crashes into the Brooklyn Bridge, and I'm like, Mexico has ships? Was my first thought, and I was like, well, then I saw it, and I was like, that's a damn wooden frigate or something. That's not a, it was like
it just had the Mexican flag flying, right?
Yeah. So it was a party boat.
Yeah, I don't think they have a Navy. And if they do, it's our Navy now. But what I
don't know. I figured Vic would have looked it up by now.
Does Mexico have a Navy?
I would assume they do.
No.
I have never heard of it.
Hey Siri,
What's
does
that?
Mexico have a Navy?
The USS Cucaracha? What? I mean, is it like?
Yes.
Is there a second world?
Mexico has a Navy.
They do?
No
That's what
shit.
it says. Yes, Mexico has a Navy. That's it.
Did it say yes? Mexico has a Navy. You idiot. Did it say that?
That's their Coast Guard, dude. That's
That's the
that's
Coast Guard.
that's
I
like
didn't know
5
they had a
Zodiacs.
Navy.
Get out of here.
Wow.
I don't. I mean, I would assume they do, but I don't know. But as soon as I saw it, because I thought that's what the caption of the story said, and I'm like, when I saw it, the first thing I thought is they've got a wood ship, and that's a U.S. Navy ship.
Well,
And I was like, there's no damn way. But
the only U.S. Wooden ship is the Coast
Independence.
Guard ship. Is that what it is?
No,
Is it
there's
Coast Guard?
No, I don't think.
yeah,
man,
well, I
it's
mean,
like
the Constitution
import,
is
yeah,
still
it's
technically,
import is like
yeah.
a relic, but it's still commissioned,
yeah.
quote unquote. I guess 2 quotes.
I thought there was a Coast Guard one and then there was a Navy one. I thought there was 2.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I got nothing, man.
Hey
If I
man,
knew how to
every
look that up.
country's entitled to a navy. Somalia, I think it's all Zodiacs. They get dealt with Navy SEALs, and water cannons. Like what's
Yeah.
a navy? What is a navy? So
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah.
I mean, what are we defining here?
Yeah, I just Googled it real quick, and it says a Mexican Navy sailboat with 277 on board crashed into the Brooklyn Bridge Saturday evening, killing 2 people and injuring more than a dozen others who were on board in a dramatic
Wow.
scene along the New York City waterfront. 2 dead, 19 injured.
Holy
But
cow.
I thought it said that,
That
they
sucks.
were they were searching for people too. But
Yeah,
Wow.
they were men in the rails. So like,
Oh, no kidding.
yeah. So when they ran into things, I think one of the masts broke off, and yeah.
yeah,
So,
the rear one snapped off and fell completely flat on the aft of the ship.
Wow.
So, and you can literally see there's people down there when you could see when it came down. And so I don't know if people jumped off or what, but
Well, how did they not know they couldn't fit under the daggum bridge? That's what I want to know.
well, you would think, especially that harbor, a port, there'd be a port master. There would have been some kind of logistics. Something got missed. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, there was a boat or a tugboat type of deal, and I thought it looked like it was trying to stop it, but I could be wrong. I don't know. That was
Well,
just
that's what
a
I was
short clip
talking
I
to
saw.
my former boss that retired in January. He called me this afternoon, and I said, "Hey, did you see there was a Mexican Navy ship crashed in the Brooklyn Bridge?" And he said something about it. He said he had read an article where it was actually powered, but it was a schooner, and it had lost power, and it got caught in the
current or something.
in the current, and the tugboat was trying to get it pull it, but
Yeah.
it couldn't get it. It was too strong, and it brought it in, and that's when it happened.
Now, did it say there was any damage to the bridge?
That I haven't seen. I haven't. But
That's Aaron's. What he's usually on top of that when we have a question. He's like Johnny.
he'd be over there.
He's like,
got
yeah,
like
he's
6
typing
strings
it
in front
in.
of him while he's watching a baseball game, and
It's
pulling
got
up.
to be baseball.
He's hitting G-Oogle,
Mhm.
phoning a friend.
Yeah.
so
He's got it down to a science.
I got a little funny story.
All right.
So I did a supplemental VA claim for my sleep apnea and for a tooth that the Army fucked up, right?
Yeah.
So I went to my sleep apnea test last week, doctor's appointment, and then the VA made my dental appointment for me this past Friday, so 2 days ago. So I have to drive down to Savannah to this doctor. I've never been there before, so I pull up into the parking lot. Some of the locals are smoking something out in the parking lot. I'm like, all right, I'm not. Don't know that I'm in the best part of town, but all right, here we go. So I walk in, very subdued lighting. It's very nice, but I rode the motorcycle down from where I teach all the way down to Savannah was almost an hour trip. And when I got on the bike at noon or about 11:50 is when I got on the bike, it was 103 degrees outside.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we had like a little micro heat wave. So I'm like, all right, this is gonna be interesting. So I ride all the way down there. I find the place relatively, easily. And I took some water with me. So I grabbed my water bottle and I took my my VA records and all kind of stuff, my dental records, and I walk in. And the reception, the dude behind the counter, just typing. And I'm not going to be rude. Wait till he's finished. And he looks at me and goes, "Can I help you?" Just like that. And I'm like, Victor,
You just
I
have
have
that.
You
just have that face, man.
Yeah, yes. Maybe I inherited my RBF from Mike. I don't know, but
Right.
So he goes, well, Mr. Nay, okay, I got you checked in. If you'd have a seat, he goes, I'm sorry, we don't allow beverages in the waiting area. And I'm like, I just rode a motorcycle an hour, and it's 103 degrees outside. This is just water. And he goes, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm gonna drink water. That's all I said. I was like, I'm gonna drink water. And then I sat down, and I'm like, okay, that was rude of me. So I went back up to him. I said, if you have water, I'll go put this back on my bike. And he goes, yeah, we have water. I'm like, okay, I'll make a deal with you. So I went out, put my water bottle back on my bike, came back in.
That was nice of you.
Yeah. I try to be nice,
Yeah. I mean, most of the time you wouldn't do that. I mean, I know you pretty well, and you would just tell everybody to pound sand. I know you, man.
Well, now I'm just an elected official. I got to pay attention to that.
That's true. You're an elected official.
He's giving into it.
So,
especially in an election year, right? It's an election year coming up.
Next year's the next election. Yeah, next year's election. Yeah.
He's got to prep.
So when I sit down, there's me and one other woman in the waiting room, and that's it. And it's like so dark. I'm like they got a little light show going on. There's like one of those little laser things, like doing a little laser light show on the ceiling. And I'm like, okay, this is weird, but like, all right. So my appointment was at 1. 1 goes by, 1:10 goes by, 1:20 goes by, and I'm like, okay, 1:25 goes by, and finally a female doctor comes out and she goes, all right, we got an issue. Unfortunately, the VA does this quite often, but the VA, you're both here for VA appointments and you're double booked. You're booked at the same time. So who wants to go first? And before the other woman had a chance, I said, ladies first always. Elected official, all right?
Yeah, so. Yeah. Has to be because of that. It can't be anything else.
Yeah.
Did she have a baby? Did she have a baby with her too? And you were over?
No. Okay. Oh, I would have gone way beyond that.
Just now.
I'll even
story.
So anyways, she goes back and 1:30 goes by, 1:45 goes by, 2:00 comes. And finally, the doctor comes, or the receptionist comes out. He goes, "Oh, Mr. Nail, I'll take you back." But before that, somewhere around 1:30, I said, "Hey, can I get that water?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he leaves, and he comes back up, and he comes out like with a little Dixie cup of water.
Yeah, it's a little Swisher cup they would have given you back there.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, "What the? Are you serious?"
I thought it was going to be the snow cone. Little,
you know what I mean? You have to hold it the whole time.
Paper cone? Yes. Yeah. Even worse.
Get so like, bubbler. Gulp,
at like 1:45, at 1:45, he comes back out and he goes, Are you done with your water? And I'm like, no, he goes, I'm going to get in trouble. I was like, you told me I could have it. I'm like, what the hell? So I take the last shot, it was only that much water. And I'm like, here, take it, So I finally go back.
Get in trouble.
So I finally go back. He sits me in the chair. He puts a little bib on me, and he goes, "You Dr. Beatty, in just a second." Well, next to me is, how all the little, procedure rooms are all open in a dentist's office, right?
Yeah.
It's just like a wall separating you. So like the other woman that took the first girl back, the other patient back, they were sitting on the other side of the wall from me, and they're telling stories to each other about how they've both been abused by Marines. And I'm like, this is great.
What?
No, I'm not even kidding. I'm not making it up. They're telling stories to each other about how they had both been abused by Marines. One of them had a stalker and had to change her desk number and had to change her official government email because this Marine got a hold of her phone number, her desk number, and her email and was stalking her. And I mean, it was like weird.
No kidding.
Weird stuff.
Hey, real quick. Hi, Dylan. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Hey,
Hope
Dylan.
you're doing well.
So I'm like, okay, this is a little weird. So finally, I'm thinking, because she's the only doctor I'd seen, I thought that she's gonna be my doctor, and I'm like, great, this is gonna be so much for my VA appointment, so much for getting my supplemental claim, so. So finally, some guy shows up that I had never seen before, and he goes, "How you doing? I'm your doctor." And I'm like, "Oh, thank God. Okay." So
somebody that might know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
First thing out of Nick's mouth is, "Can I please have some water?
Yeah.
Can I have some more, please? Can I have some water?"
So he goes, well, he sits there and he goes, well, what are we here for? And I was like, I'm here for a VA claim. And he goes, oh, you're prior military. And I'm like, thank God for like reviewing my chart before I showed up, man. This is awesome. So, saving so much time. Here we go. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, how long you serve? I said, almost 24 years. And he goes, hey, yells over his shoulder. He goes, hey, grab Charlie. And so I hear the reception go, Charlie? And he goes, yeah, grab Charlie. So receptionist dude walks in with a stuffed animal that's, 12
what
inches
in the
tall.
world?
And it's dressed in an army uniform, and it's sitting on this little leather armchair, a little recliner. And the guy sets it right on the tool tray for the dentist.
Oh,
And I'm like, what the F is going on? He goes, Charlie and I just want to say thank you for your service. And I'm like, what? And he reaches over and he squeezes his paw, and Charlie starts singing, if tomorrow all the things are gonna work for all my life. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then he goes, and if I hadn't started again, and then the doctor and the receptionist join in and start singing along. And I'm not even making this up, dude.
You are full of it.
It was so weird. They make it all the way through the chorus.
wow.
And I'm proud to be an American. They're both singing. The bear is singing in front of me, sitting on the tool tray. Proud to be an American. Release. I'm like, what the fuck? Just let it be done. And he finally quits. And I'm like, yay. What are you supposed to do?
No, I expect you would have gotten out of that dentist chair and you would have been like,
yeah. I'm surprised you weren't sitting at attention and saluting,
I'm like, is this the part where we actually do the dentist appointment now?
Yeah, you wipe away your tears and then he shoves a dental dam in your mouth. That's
so weird. So weird.
God.
You were thinking to yourself the whole time that was going on, I better get something for this.
hey, but Vic, go ahead and admit it. When you got back on a bike and you drove home, you had it blaring off your phone through your speakers on your bike.
Yeah, he did.
I totally did not. You know why?
Yeah, no,
because when I got back on my bike,
man.
it was still 101 degrees outside, and I was out of water. Oh man, and it was the worst ride home. Oh man, and I got stuck in stop and go traffic so much. Oh my gosh, I mean, I got a little sunburn on my arms. When you're moving, it's not that bad, but when you're on stop and go traffic on a 50,000 BTU gas powered heater and it's 101 degrees outside, it gets a little brutal.
You better get used to it because you're riding in the summer here very shortly.
Yeah, but like I said, when you got a 70-mile-an-hour air conditioner going, it's not bad.
Yeah, I will tell you right now, when you're driving through the desert and you're going 80 miles, it's more like a 80-mile-per-hour blow dryer in your face. That's what it feels like.
Oh, well,
it's not cool. It doesn't help.
Yeah, that was the feeling I had when I got off the plane in Iraq. As soon as I got off the plane, the I guess the gangway was like behind the wings, so we got out and I'm like, oh dear Jesus, please let that be the jet wash. And it wasn't.
But Andrew, is it not a dry heat? Is it not?
Oh,
yeah. It's dry, all right.
It's probably okay.
Oh man,
120 degrees is 120 degrees. I don't care where you're at.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's a true statement.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I spent 4 years or 4 summers in 29 Palms.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I put in my time.
God.
Mike,
Yeah.
you were out there for how long? 6 years?
Yeah, just shy of 6. Yeah.
Mark,
Fuck
were
that.
you ever out at 29?
Only for CACs.
Only for CACs?
Only for CACs.
But you did like 300 CACs out there, so I mean, you had to have been out there, you
We
know.
did a lot of them. We did a lot of them out there.
Yeah. Gotta love it.
Yeah, you always got to love that heat in 29 Palms. Ryan, it's in the middle of the Mojave Desert out there, and the sewage treatment plant of these two big lakes, Lake Bandini.
Lake
And
Bandini.
that's where you ran our physical fitness run around Lake Bandini.
Oh.
Hey, you're just
you got
saying
to-
Lake Bandini like everybody knows what it is. You have to
Well, that's why
explain
I'm
what
saying
Lake
it's a
Bandini
damn
is.
sewage treatment lake. That's where it all
Yeah.
goes. So you got
That's
that
our-
heat
that's
just
our
cooking
poop.
away, and you're just running. You know, it's like
It's where the floaters go to die.
yeah.
You were choking on your own floater scent.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
But it makes you run faster.
It does make you run faster. I
Ooh.
agree
Got to
with
get
that.
through it. Gotta get back
They should have that at every military installation. I think it would have worked pretty good. Everyone have a good run time. Yeah,
That would have
absolutely.
been better. I would have rather had the burn pits. At least light that sucker on fire or something and run around it. It'd been better than. It's like-
Yeah, get your $5 from that $5 billion suit, man. Come on, get it.
Yeah,
Put some JP8
The sooner you
some
finish.
JP8 on that baby and light it or something. I mean, let's give it something that's like, geez.
Sheesh.
It's at least 650.
Yeah.
I might be.
Yeah,
it might be.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That sucks, but I'm sorry. I'm making light of it, but I've been to Camp
Well-
Lejeune once. It was nice.
Oh, so you drank the bad water then? So
Yeah, he
who's
did.
To say? Who's to say what I did or didn't do? I don't have a claim. I'll say that. So you got nothing.
It was fixed by the time I got there. My water tasted just fine.
There you go.
yeah.
There
So
you
did the
go.
water everybody else is drinking too. It was full of lead.
If it ain't got lead in it, then
good
it's
for
not
you.
worth
It was good for the Romans. Are you too good for Rome, Mike?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
that's
Mike.
true,
It's good stuff.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Romans didn't have Simon Gerard and whatever attorneys at law. It was like
That's true. That's true.
fair and fair.
When did their empire fall?
Yeah.
A while ago.
They all died from lead poisoning syphilis. So I mean, it's like okay, that's like it's like all right. I'm doing good so far.
Another medical minute. It's easy to cure syphilis. Doesn't take much. You just
Well, that's what they're
Oh
hoping
my
the lead
God.
did, but it didn't work.
Well, it didn't work back then. You
Yeah.
now you dodge that bullet.
Hey, y'all see Mark over there? Mark is
I do.
like, he's packing up. He wants a steak. He's like, come on.
Yep.
What are you
That
guys
might be the
talking
case. I
about?
might have to go finish up dinner. I'm at 6 p.m. So
All right.
feed
What
myself.
we got for? Okay.
Well, Mark's
It's
eating
right in
steak.
dinner time.
We know what Mark's doing, so we better start wrapping it up here. We haven't done words of wisdom. Let's hit words of wisdom and see what everybody's got to say today. And Mark, you have to hang on at least long enough to get through the end of this because you always come in last here, heading up the back end with all your incredible wisdom that you got. So we'll start with Mike. Mike, how you doing? And what do you got going? What's your words of wisdom?
I had it. Now I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna move to Vic.
I'm doing
Vic,
good, by the way. You asked me how I was doing. I'm doing great, Andrew. Yeah.
that's good to know.
All right. I found it. It's Albert Einstein.
Oh, nice.
Two things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity. I'm not sure about the universe.
That was good. That was it. Mark, good luck beating that one.
Oh.
All right. Sensei, what do you got?
Completely opposite. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise. Instead, seek what they sought.
Ooh, that was pretty good. Pretty good. I like it.
Hmm.
All right, Ryan, I shotgunned you on this, and I apologize, but I do this to everybody. But what words of wisdom you got?
I'll have a new one for next time, but this is what I told every field trainee I ever taught.
Yeah.
Cop. If you have hate in your heart and a positive attitude, you can accomplish anything.
Nice. That's pretty good. Dang. All right, man, Mark, you've got a rough go today. I don't know if you got it, Mark. You know, you got to bring something good.
You see that look on his face. He already knows he does. So he's like,
yeah, I know. He's over there smirking like he's like, I got this.
He's like, that's
no
all
big
you
deal.
got? That's all you got?
So it's scientifically proven that laughing at our own mistakes can lengthen our life. But laughing at someone else's mistakes, especially the wrong person, might shorten your life.
That's true. It is so true. Yeah. You got to be careful who you laugh at.
That's right.
Those elected officials, you know, things like that. You got to be careful because they'll backstab you.
Yeah. Especially those guys that knock their awnings off their RVs.
You should see all the awnings that got destroyed because of the storm that came through. Man, thank God I didn't have one. You know.
And Andrew was standing out there in his Crocs and his shorts, and he was like freaking Lieutenant Dan. Just yelling. He was like, "That's what you get for having an awning."
Yeah. You know, you got to let them know. You know, I hear you. I hear you. I like it. Well, guys, thanks for coming on and doing this. I appreciate you every week.
Hold on,
Ryan, thanks. Oh wait, we got a cigar review. Go ahead.
we got the post cigar review. It's actually it's real weird because oftentimes the cigar will start off like a lot of manufacturers want to open up your palate, so to start off a little spicy and then mellow out.
Mm-hmm.
This started off mellow, and then got a little peppery in the middle, and now it's back to mellow again. Which is it's nice because usually by the time you get to the end of the close to the end of the cigar, you start to get carbon and a few other things in there. So generally speaking, at the end of the cigar, it usually starts to get a little peppery. But this is actually starting out to mellow out again. So wow. I give this yeah.
Oh, we're up there today. All right, we're up there.
What was the name of that one again, Vic? I'm sorry.
This was the Tatuaje Capa Espacial. I'm sorry, I forgot to talk about the vitriol. This is This was a 46 by 5 5/8, so it's considered a Corona size. I normally smoke Robustos, but this one is a little bit longer.
I was gonna say when you first lit it, I thought that was a Corona size.
Yeah. I mean, you called it.
You're full of crap. So
I was gonna say
right now.
Hey, I did a whole cigar tour and showed how they make cigars and Dominican Republic and watched them roll them. Man, I'm an expert.
You are ridiculous.
I was gonna say
there's no way.
I was like, that looks like a Corona size right there.
Yeah. You were like, it's definitely not a black and mild. At least I know that. Yeah. All right, gents. Thank you again.
Has anyone filled our new member in on my views of cigars and beards?
I think maybe you ought to remind us what you think about facial hair and also about cigars.
Hey, be kind, Mark. See, I don't have any anymore, so don't.
Oh, well, you're good then.
Bring it.
You're good.
You went to the light side, not the dark
That's
side.
Right. Well, facial hair, like I said, so why cultivate something on my face that grows wild in the nether regions of my body?
Touche.
Hey, Vic has Viking beads in that too, Mark. So don't be like.
He does. Yeah. I've seen pictures.
I actually keep a beard scrunchie with me now.
Oh no!
Totally.
I don't even know what the heck a beard scrunchie is.
Oh my god!
Let me see. Let's see that scrunch away.
You gotta keep the barbecue sauce off it.
Oh my god! You got to keep those pubic hairs in check. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's only because like it's starting to get in the way when I put my helmet on. You know.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Let
good
me rephrase
point.
that. When I take my helmet off, because then when I go to poke it through, it's like the hairs are getting caught in it now. So
Yeah,
I put the beard scrunchie on to keep it out of the way.
In case you're wondering, that is what she said. So
That's why he got ignored his VA appointment when he got there, and his beard was like this.
Yeah, because his beard was it was all crooked and stuff. That's why they sat there and saying to you, they felt sorry for you because of your beard.
I guess.
Yeah,
They're like,
it makes
go
sense.
Go get the bear.
Dehydrate my beard, I guess. I don't know.
And what's the other, Mark? Tell us about the cigars. Why do you not smoke cigars?
Well, I don't put those shaped objects in my mouth, suck on it, and say I enjoy it. I just can't do it.
Oh man, so good. You're missing out.
Oh my God. And on that, folks, I think we're going to call it quits. All right. Hey, to all the listeners out there, if you're struggling, need help, anything like that, don't forget the VA does have some great resources. You can always dial 988, press option 1. You can always text 838-255, or you can go to veteranscrisisline.net and click on the chat icon. Any of those options will put you in contact with somebody that can help you out. But remember, one veteran life lost is one too many. I care about you. The crew cares about you. The whole veteran community cares about you. So please reach out for help. And if you're out there, you're not struggling, reach out to the buddies you served with. Ask them how they're doing. If they need that helping hand, please give it to them. All right, gents, thanks again for coming on. Truly appreciate it. To all the listeners, stay motivated. Change your socks.